All right, everyone, buckle up because today we're taking a deep dive into something I know you're all carrying around right now, probably even while you're listening to this. Cell phones.
That's right. We're going to be talking about those pocket computers we all rely on, but we're not just looking at what's hot right now.
We're going way beyond that.
We're going to be talking about the future of cell phones. And trust me, the future of cell phones is looking pretty wild.
It really is. We've got some incredible breakthroughs on the horizon, things that could change, well, just about everything. How we live, work, play, you name it.
Yeah. It's hard to overstate how much these devices have become a part of us.
I know, right? It's like, I can't even remember the last time I used an actual landline.
Same here.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get more intense as the tech gets even more advanced.
Well, let's talk about some of that tech then. We've got some pretty cool stuff already out there. I mean, foldable phones, for example. Those are having a major moment right now.
They are. Some people think they're just a fad. Like, oh, look, it folds. But I think there's some real potential there.
Yeah, the potential is huge. Just imagine, you could be working on a tablet-sized screen and then, boom, fold it up and slip it in your pocket when you need to make a call.
Exactly. Multitasking on the go could become a whole new ballgame.
And we can't forget about all the other hardware advancements. Like, the cameras on these things are insane. They're practically professional grade now.
Right. And those incredible cameras are powered by processors that are more powerful than ever. Seriously, they're like mini supercomputers in our pockets.
Which leads us to the software side of things. That's where things get really interesting, especially with AI.
Oh, absolutely. Artificial intelligence is becoming so sophisticated. It's starting to feel like it knows us better than we know ourselves.
Yeah, like remember when predictive text was like, whoa, this thing can guess what I'm going to type.
Right. But now we've got AI that can write entire emails for us.
It's amazing and kind of creepy all at the same time.
I know what you mean. It does make you wonder about privacy, though, right?
It definitely does. The more data these devices collect, the more important it is to make sure all that information is secure.
Absolutely. We need to be having serious conversations about data ethics and privacy.
Couldn't agree more. But hey, let's not forget about how much fun these things are, too. We've got 5G now, which has been a total game changer for speed and responsiveness.
Yeah, 5G is like the on-ramp to a whole new level of mobile experience. Imagine downloading an entire movie in seconds.
Or streaming high-resolution games without a single lag.
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
All right, well, hold on to your hats because now we're getting into the really mind-blowing stuff. Augmented reality and virtual reality.
Ah, yes. AR and VR. The lines between the digital world and the real world are starting to blur, and these technologies are a big reason why.
I was reading about how AR could totally revolutionize the way we shop. Like trying on clothes virtually without ever having to step into a dressing room.
Oh yeah, there are so many potential applications. Think about a surgeon using AR to overlay medical images right onto a patient during surgery.
Or an architect using VR to create a virtual model of a building that clients can actually walk through and experience.
It's like something straight out of science fiction.
Speaking of science fiction, what about holographic displays? Are we going to be having 3D video calls with our friends anytime soon?
Holographic displays are definitely still in the early stages of development, but the potential is huge.
I can only imagine. 3D video calls that feel like the person is actually in the room with you.
Right, or interactive games that pop right out of your phone. It's pretty wild to think about.
So realistically, how far off are we from having that kind of tech in our hands?
It's tough to say for sure. Battery life and display resolution are still pretty big challenges.
But I bet researchers are working hard to figure it out.
They definitely are. Who knows? Maybe in a few years, we'll all be walking around with pocket-sized holograms.
It's exciting to think about. But with all this talk about futuristic features, we can't forget about the impact all this tech has on the planet. So how are manufacturers doing in terms of sustainability?
Well, sustainability is becoming a much bigger focus for a lot of companies. They're starting to use more recycled materials and design phones that are more repairable, which is great.
That's good to hear. Reducing packaging waste is another big one.
Absolutely. It's all about minimizing the environmental impact of these devices.
Makes sense. Okay, before we wrap things up, I have to ask about something that still feels like pure science fiction. What about controlling our phones with our minds? Is that even remotely possible?
Brain-computer interfaces are definitely a hot area of research right now.
And so telepathic texting is on the horizon.
Not quite yet, but the possibilities are pretty mind-boggling. Imagine being able to control your phone with your thoughts, or even having it respond to your emotions.
Whoa, That raises a lot of questions, though. Like, what about security? Could someone hack into our thoughts?
That's definitely a concern. The ethical implications of brain-computer interfaces are huge. We need to be very careful and thoughtful as this technology develops.
It's almost overwhelming to think about all the potential advancements that are coming our way.
It really is. It's both incredibly exciting and a little bit daunting at the same time. The choices we make now about how this technology develops will shape the future in some pretty profound ways.
It's a lot to process. But it does make you wonder, if you could have ANY feature on your phone, even something that seems impossible today, what would it be? Think big, a universal translator, a personal teleportation device, or maybe something even more out there. Let us know what amazing features you dream up. And that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us. Catch you next time.
This has been a Project NJ Studios production.